My name is Sue Blacklock from Tinga. I'm a Ukurum elder within the Gamaroi Nation. Tinga is a very cultural, spiritual place. To me it is, because a lot of our ancestors lived here, and I mean, it's like when I go away, I always get this feeling I've got to come back. I sort of draw you like a magnet, and we call people that goes away and come back the Tinga boomerangs. Went to a mission school, lived on mission, and grew up in Tinga. It was good. It was all Aboriginal mission school with all my cousins and my brothers. It was good. When I was younger, we wasn't allowed into town. Young people wasn't allowed into town unless we had picture night or going to school. Alcohol wasn't allowed. Our parents, we was made go to school. It was very different. If we didn't go to school and do good, we was threatened by welfare. It was going to take us, and they called them thieves and robbers, like they were stealing, and all as they lived off the land. And I believe that's that they was falsely accused, and they was it's just terrible the way they treated our. And it's important that they should know all about this, that they should learn the truth. I think education, it works both ways. We respect their way, and it's different today than it was when I was going to school. Today we can talk about our culture, but back there we couldn't. It's more open to in a lot of schools, and I really think that culture should be brought into to teach our kids. And there's a lot out there that don't know who they are and where they come from, and it gives our kids identity. I think Aboriginal culture is part of our way of living, the part of the way we was brought up, and to keep that going is to teach our young ones to keep the culture and respect for our elders. But culture is very, very important to Aboriginal people, to know where you come from, to know that, to identify yourself as an Aboriginal, and to be proud of who you are and where you come from. I'm very proud to be Aboriginal, and I know a lot of people go away from here and they get up there, they forget that they are Aboriginal. They try to be, I'll say they're coconuts, black on the outside and white on the inside. People that go away and forget where they come from, their communities, don't come back to do anything in the communities. But some goes away and they come back. I think it's important for them to keep their culture and teach their kids who they are. My dad learnt me to respect my elders, which are my aunties, uncles, all different people they call uncle. And I knew when holding myself, they was my aunties and uncles, whether we was related or not. This is what we teach our kids. Whoever's older than you, and you don't know them, they still auntie and uncle. I look up to my brother because he's older than me, and I take advice, and if I want to do anything in the community, I go to him for advice and their permission. I get permission to do things. I don't do things on my own. I want him to approve and endorse it. Family means everything. I'd be lost without my family. I mean, we support one another and look after one another. Sharing is caring. And because I was only brought up, there was only 3 of us. But to have a big family like I've got is just overwhelming, and it is so many, and I feel happy with them. You're never alone when you've got family. Family is everything to me. I think respect is how you treat. You don't go, you don't hug you with a elder, you don't back answer a elder, you don't swear in front of a elder. And the young people it's just respect from them. If we respect them, they will respect us. Don't never put them down. Never put any young people down. That is respect. Always praise them what they do, and that's how you earn your respect. But it works both ways. Elder to me is, yeah, I had earned my respect before I come a elder. In our community, you've got to have a community behind you that's that supports you and listen to you. And I think a elder is a person of authority where people can come and talk to you and they know they can get help. And just not put them down, just listen and listen to their problems, and if we can help, we will. Why we started Winnegay was because of our kids were wrongly taken, and parents didn't know. It was like the stolen generation starting all over again. And I've been through a lot. I've seen kids taken, and my husband and myself, we took in a lot of kids because through the courts, through the welfare. Because once they take the children, they don't care. They just put them anywhere else, and the elders are wondering where's all these kids going. And so we developed a tool it's an Aboriginal kinship tool, and we want to do like bring our kids home. We had about 40 come home all together within New South Wales. Well, kinship care comes back into the family. If like they go back to their the grandparents, the great-grandparents, the aunties, the uncles, the brothers, the sisters. Where foster care is, you go out then you find a somebody's trained as a foster care where they got no one to go, and no one really wants them because we know where they are and we can keep an eye on them. And because a lot of our kids come back abused, and when they're in foster care, got nothing against foster care, but while they're out there in foster care, they say this is wrong with them, and they end up on tablets what they don't need. And they say they're slow where they are not. It's just you've got to take the time out to sit down and talk. But I don't think if they're out there in foster care, they don't get that, the help that they need. I think that's what I'm doing is trying to help people, and especially with their children, to bring them home and to fight for their rights of people, help young people that's juvenile justice, like taking them out, show them their culture, and learn them their culture and where they come from. Just to be a support person, I believe that my role is. But I think with the help of my elders and my community and my family, that helped me, give me the urge to go on. They encouraged me to go on and do what I'm doing. I was appointed Ambassador for Child Protection by Fiona Aunty, who's the big boss. This is over all. And it's just not just South Australia, but it's all over. But she was appointed there, and they appointed me, and it was an honour. And I just got the shock of my life when she asked me, and I didn't know what to do. And I didn't answer straight away, and I just asked some questions, what it meant, and she told me. And I said, and then I talked to my colleagues. They said, do it, and my family, of course. So yeah, I wanted to see our kids come back home. I'm chairperson of the OL and the founder of my Old Creek committee, and like to be involved in, have my say on behalf of my elders. I don't speak for myself, I don't speak for my family, but I speak for my elders and people that just want to come out and have a look and listen and learn the history. It's very important to our community, not only ours, but worldwide. We can forgive, but we cannot forget what they done to our ancestors. But we all have to live in this world together. It's a hard thing to say sorry, but sometimes you have to. And I think that it took a lot of guts to come and ask us forgiveness. And well, what can we say? It wasn't them, it was their ancestors. And, well, I know I forgive and forget, I don't care who they are. And I think my elders done the same.